As you start to plan those summer road trips, don't just think about the end destination. There is so much to see along the way. In fact, my next guest has a list of fun halfway points to check out, visit, and explore. Bob Grove with Road Trippin' with Bob and Mark believes a good road trip really is all about the journey. So whether you're driving to St. George, Lake Powell, Jackson Hole, he's got the best things to check out along the way. Great to see you, friend. I love this focus on halfway points, especially when I'm thinking of the little children I'm toting along in the back seat. We've got to have a dangling carrot that's worth it, that's not hours away, right?
Exactly. You know, when my kids were small, we didn't have all the games that you have today, all
Yeah.
electronic games.
Okay, I won't complain.
We had to keep them entertained, and one of the things we would do is we would stop along the way and show them interesting places, great places to eat, treats, and so forth.
Yeah, it's hard to pinpoint halfway exactly depending on where someone might be driving from, but in general, these are along the way destinations you say are worth it. First, on our way to St. George, where should we stop, Bob?
Well, in St. George, you know, I like to stop in Fillmore because, well, first of all, everybody stops at Maverick and Fillmore. It seems there are more people
world.
there.
I take more pictures and meet viewers. I love it at that Maverick, I think, than anywhere else.
But the Territorial State House, this was the first capital of the territory for Utah before it was moved to Salt Lake City and became the capital of the state of Utah. Back in 1855, in fact, it's very an interesting site. In fact, the building you see there today is just one of the wings of what the building would have been had they completed it. But it's very interesting.
So stop and see that state house there.
Yeah, and bring a little history to life while you're traveling.
Very cool. All right, on the way to Zion National Park, now I have to shut up and let you talk about this because if I start talking about the Beaver Creamery, I'm not going to stop.
Well, the Creamery's always been a popular stop.
I love it.
But you know, there's a lot of new folks that live in the northern part of the state that are going in that direction now that may not be aware of it, but the Creamery is, I think anybody who's traveling I-15 in either direction is going to stop there. Great place for ice cream. You know, they got the squeaky cheese. You got to get the squeaky cheese. And they have a really nice little cafe there and gift shop as well.
The cafe is my favorite. There's a turkey sandwich there that is to die for. I've contemplated driving down on a Saturday just because. Didn't it recently get a remodel, though?
It did. It's a much larger building. In fact, they added on a wing for the ice cream parlor because it was so popular. If I'd known, I'd brought something up for you.
Oh, well, now I'm mad about it. No, we love that. We love the Beaver Creamery, so be sure to make that your half point if you're heading to Zion. What about North Lake Powell? If we're heading that direction, where should we stop?
Well, you know, Utah has 46 state parks and recreation areas, and one of our favorites is Goblin Valley State Park, which is on State Route 24, about 20 miles north of Hanksville. It's right on the route. If you're going to North Lake Powell, you're going to go right by there. It's 12 miles off the highway.
Okay.
One of the funnest parks to visit.
On our way to Moab, Bob, let's keep going down the road. Where should we stop as our halfway treat?
Well, in Moab, we have 9 Mile Canyon, which is just outside of Wellington, near Price, Utah. This is 46 Mile Canyon, full of petroglyphs of Archaic, Fremont, and Ute petroglyphs. Great place to see a petroglyph. Which
is, I mean, my son would just die. That's so cool to think of the history again, the history, but also the cool visual we can stop and appreciate along the way. If we're heading to Sun Valley, you're suggesting a stop in Twin Falls, Idaho.
Yeah, to see the Shoshone Falls, which are the Niagara of the West, and actually taller and wider than the Niagara. And so beautiful this time of year. Boy, I tell you, this would be the great time of year to see it now with all that snow melt coming down the Snake River.
Oh, I bet it's dramatic and stunning. Look at these photos. I mean, it's stunning through the screen, let alone to see and smell and experience that in person. How cool. All right, on the way to West Yellowstone, do not miss Bear World.
Oh, well, you know, if you're going to Yellowstone, you're probably going to see the wildlife. This is a guarantee that you're going to see wildlife.
You're going to see it.
This is just south of Rexburg, and you can see the bison, the bears, the grizzlies, or well, I already said bears, but elk and all the other different types of wildlife that you would typically see in Yellowstone from the comfort of your car or from their tour van.
We've done this once. We'd heard about it, of course, again and again. My kids were really little. They remember. I think that will be a core memory of their childhood. You got to experience it at least once. We hope to get back there again soon. All right, a lot of people may be trekking or road tripping to Jackson Hole. You are encouraging a stop in Garden City.
Of course. What's in Garden City?
Raspberry shakes, buddy.
You got Bear Lake and raspberry shakes. That's on your way to Paris, Idaho. Of course, there's another Paris that we can visit. That's just a short drive away, and that's Paris, Idaho. Have a beautiful tabernacle there that was actually built by Brigham Young's son back in 1884 to 89. And I always stop my groups there, and they love it. It's beautiful.
Wow. Yeah, kind of a reverent moment to see that history and appreciate that building for sure. All right, finally rounding out our list, Flaming Gorge. Where should we stop as our halfway hurrah?
This was a new stop for me this past summer. Marion's Variety. It's a little diner style, since 1933, diner, gift shop. You know, I'm always looking for where the locals go. That's where
Yeah.
I want to eat. I want to eat where the locals go, not to where I can go back home. And this is lots of history there, a lot of
Cute.
fun, great food, burgers, sandwiches, and a bunch of others. A lot
Marion's.
of shakes.
Okay, we're putting it on the list. You've fed us well, and you've treated us too to those in-between stops that will make the destination even more sweet, that we've stopped along the way and had some fun and packed it in. Where can we go to find all of these details and other fun road trip ideas from you, Bob?
Just simply go to roadtrippingwithbobandmark.com.
All right, thanks for looping us into your eye for fun and adventure. We will link you to the website Road Trippin' with Bob and Mark through ours, studio5.ksl.com. In fact, we hope that website, our website, is a helpful resource for you. After every show, you'll see links and additional information, bonus content too, that we don't have time to get to during our hour together. So studio5.ksl.com.